Good evening and welcome back to Let's Play Detective Grimoire. When we left off last time, we were finishing up on talking to all of our suspects. We've got Harper here, just a couple things to ask him about, and then I really want to go back to Echo the protester because we unlocked his challenge by talking with Sally. More and more it's looking like Echo's probably our guy, but let's ask Harper about Richard Remington.
You said you knew Remington?
He and I knew each other for a long time. I came to work at his tourist attraction in the early days, when he needed help.
Well, what kept you here?
I know most people wouldn't want to work in a place like this. I actually like it here, so I was happy to oblige.
You might like it, but I still don't see why anyone would build a tourist attraction here.
Mr. Remington has his reasons. He probably had several. I don't presume to know what they all were. Even though we were friends, he had some secrets, some hobbies, that I was happy to let him keep secret.
Secrets? Hobbies?
We know about his secret
a
hobbies.
Secret hobby?
He was a man with a dream. I can tell you that much.
Can you tell me about this picture?
One of Mr. Remington's secrets. I never wanted to know the details, but these men travel the world, seeking mysterious animals to hunt. They consider myths and legends to be the ultimate prey.
That's terrible. If there are any fantastical things in the world, and I don't know that I really believe, I would like there to be, but we don't have any solid evidence, so I don't believe there are. But if there are, I would like to think that we could preserve them and try and keep that little bit of kind of magical mystery going, you know. Learn as much as we can about it, but you don't want to kill it. You want it to still be in the world. Alright, let's ask him maybe about this poker.
It's Mr. Remington's fireplace poker. This slime on the handle. It's familiar for some reason.
Oh, it's your swamp juice.
It's the most popular drink that I sell. In fact, a lot of it has disappeared from my stocks recently.
Okay, what do you think about these costume
I
designs?
can't help you with that one. Sorry.
What about this
It's
curtain
the
piece?
same fabric from Mr. Remington's curtains.
Rifle?
That's Mr. Remington's old hunting rifle. He usually keeps it around. For whatever reason. He was very fond of that thing. Looks like it was fired recently.
Oh, that's interesting. What else? Journal?
Why don't you show that?
No, he doesn't care about that. Alright, let's talk about some people. What are your thoughts on
He's here a
Echo?
lot. I think he's been putting less effort into his protests recently.
Oh, that's certainly
Which is a
interesting.
shame. I think it's an admirable cause.
Do you talk to him much?
Not really. Sometimes he likes to talk, just casual conversation. He asks how business is going and what everyone likes to eat, nothing of real importance.
Yeah, he's really suspicious. Alright, what about Sally?
I don't know what to say.
You don't talk to Sally.
I don't know everything, I'm afraid.
Okay, anything else I want to ask you about? Probably not really. I guess
It
bog
was
dogs.
Mr. Remington's favorite food. That strange green powder isn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, we don't know what that powder is yet.
I can't help you with that one.
Okay, I don't think we need to ask him about the rest. I think we hit the things that he's interested in. Let's go talk to Echo. Which way is he? This way? Well, it'll get us there. I think. Yeah, there we go. And these blue flowers.
These flower petals seem a little out of place.
They do. They only
lying on
grow by the
ground over there.
museum. So why are they over here? Alright, let's talk to you.
Oh?
You tell me about Remington.
So what did Mr. Remington think of you? I mean, protesting in the middle of a swamp every day.
It wasn't his swamp. If he ever truly thought it was, then he was even more of a fool than he seemed.
Okay,
But
well.
he didn't like you hanging around, right?
That man was exceptionally skilled at ignoring me, ignoring anything he didn't like.
So, what, he just left you alone?
He expected me to get bored and go home. He figured I'd get sick of this place and he'd have it back to himself.
But he didn't want it to himself, did he? He wanted lots of people to come visit all the time, surely.
I'm sure it says that in the brochure. Yes.
Alright, challenge time.
I heard you've been spending less time protesting recently and more time, in your tent. Normally I wouldn't pry, but it's my job to ask...
Untouched people have even noticed something like that. I usually get the impression everyone else is doing their best to ignore me.
Well,
So, you
you're
admit it's
protesting
true?
at their workplace.
You can put your notebook away. There isn't really any reason for it. Nothing worth writing down, at least.
Well, if it's not worth writing down, maybe it's worth hearing.
In that case, you'd forget it.
How do you know? Maybe it would echo in my mind.
Ow.
Look, if you take a guess and get it right, I promise not to deny it.
That's how it's going
Let's
to be,
work
huh?
out why Echo was hidden away in his tent. Notebook time.
He was afraid of Boggy? That seems kind of silly. What else? What's this? He's avoiding paying taxes. A sad clown ghost? Crappy weather does make sense, but... Alright, we're gonna try Boggy.
You've been in your tent, hiding from Boggy.
No.
Why not?
I don't... Well, it says it feels like he's done talking to him. We asked him about everything. If we're done, we're done. There's no point showing him any more clues, right?
Show it to somebody else.
Yeah, he doesn't care about this. What about the
No
toy?
thanks, my friend.
No, okay, I think he's done. So,
I think it's time I went to talk to Officer James.
ooh, chapter 4, the beginning of the end. Alright, what I want to do first is I do want to look at some of our clues. Because we're still missing one. I want to look at this film footage. So we've got to figure out the proper order. So what do we think? That's when he falls out the window. The clanging might be before. So the ripping's going to be just before he falls out the window. And I think the thud is his... Is it his... I thought at first the thud was his body landing. But it sounds like there's almost kind of a thud that goes with this outcry. So the blast is he heard something and he took a shot at it. So maybe he heard something and that caused the outcry. These sound really similar. And I don't really know what that sound is. It's almost a little squelchy. Is it something walking in the swamp? Okay. I'm just not sure yet. Alright, we'll come back to that. Because I could try with it, but it's just going to be a lot of trial and error, and I think we'll do better maybe if we talk to our guy. Alright, so we got all of the challenges. Profiles of suspects, 99 complete. What are we missing?
Hey,
Alright, we got everything for Swap.
Oh.
Sally. As well as him.
Oh?
Alright, we're missing something about Boggy. And it's probably tied to that last clue that I don't have yet.
what?
And I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's it. Okay. Missing some information as well. How part of gigantic tree? let's go talk to Officer James, like you said.
There's a hollow part of the tree.
Still nothing to do with the tree, huh? Okay. Hey there, Officer James. Haven't talked to you in a bit.
You finally returned. Well, did you find the swamp creature? Where is he?
I didn't find him.
I didn't find him.
What? You're not getting paid to wander about aimlessly, Grimoire. Get back out there.
I'm not going to arrest a swamp creature.
I don't need to.
Ooh, final chapter already. Uh-oh. I wonder if there was... Oh, crap. Does that mean I'm going to have to make a guess based on the information I have? I really wanted to get everything complete first.
Why not? I thought he was our prime suspect.
Not anymore.
Didn't you find photographic evidence of Buggy from last night?
No.
Let me see that photo.
It's of someone in a suit.
If that's not Buggy, what is it?
It's a costume.
I found designs for the costume in a trash can. Not only that, I collected all the pieces of the costume myself. Well, nearly all of them. There's still the one that...
But the footprints at the scene of the crime! How can you prove these don't belong to a real creature?
Well...
What's this? I thought there were no records of a footprint anywhere.
Turns out there was.
No public records. The footprints at the crime scene don't match the ones on this page. They were just a product of these slippers. A part of the costume.
But Grimoire, this costume, it doesn't have claws of any kind. How do you explain the 3 wounds on the victim's chest?
Well, let me tell you. It's this poker.
The prongs match up with the wounds perfectly. The handle's even covered in slime, see?
But this swamp slime was one of the reasons Buggy became a suspect in the first place. Surely this only incriminates the creature further.
Well,
I
actually...
think so, wouldn't you? But that slime, it's not exactly what you think.
Turns out it's just swamp juice.
This stuff is an uncanny resemblance to the so-called swamp slime. A bunch of it was stolen from the storeroom of the cafe, which reminds me.
What is that
Bog
exactly?
dog.
A poisoned hot dog. It's the second reason that the murderer broke into the storeroom. He put this green powder on the entire supply, just to make sure.
To make sure of what?
That Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
To make sure Remington got ill and had to return to his office.
Remington went back to his office? Alone?
All right, let's continue.
I've been looking through your evidence, Grimoire. One piece in particular seems critical to me. I think we need to work
The
out.
video footage? Vincent Vanderpeer filmed it last night, at the exact moment of the murder, I believe.
Well, exactly. I think we can both agree these sounds in the background. They're essential in our mystery. Could you talk me through them?
Oh, boy.
Just rearrange the descriptions on the left to match the sounds on the right.
Okay.
Drag them around and keep swapping until you're happy with the order. And if you want to hear the sounds again, you can tap on them.
No problem. I can always check my case file if I want to go over my notes.
All right. So, what's going to happen first? So, distracted by the sight of Boggy first. Then... culprit opens his door. Grabs the metal poker and stabs him. Okay, so drops the poker. Does he fire before or after he's stabbed? Maybe here? So I can move these around too, right? Or no, these are the order that it is. Okay, well the creaking is going to be then the door. Okay, and it's the person dressed as Boggy coming in. So there we go. Opens door. Boggy appears. So now we know he fires at him. Yeah, grabs the metal poker and stabs it. That's the squishy sounding one. Yeah, that kind of is when it's stabbing into him. So then he cries out in shock. Curtain rips. Culprit drops. Nope. Thud. So lands on the planks.
I think that's it.
That's it.
Ah, excellent. There's just two small details bothering me.
All right.
First of all, if Remington ripped off a piece of his curtains, why wasn't it found at the crime scene? What happened to it?
It was stuffed into the head.
Turns out the murderer took that piece of fabric and concealed it inside the head of the costume.
Now, but why?
Then he fled the crime scene to hide all the parts in different areas of the swamp.
Ah, well, that's my problem. If Remington fired his rifle, how did the assailant survive and manage to escape? Did Remington miss his target?
At point blank? A man of his experience? I don't think so. In fact, the answer to that question is the very last link in our chain. The one thing that has eluded me so far. I'll drag the clue items from the left onto my drawing here, and we'll see what happens when we compare the pieces I collected with the original design I found.
Okay. Hello, I am the murderer. That's nice. Okay. Feet.
Wait! You never found the body piece! The torso!
Yep.
You're right, and I never would have found it. Not lying around. Not like the others.
Because that protester's wearing it.
But what does this have to do with the murderer surviving the rifle shot?
This torso is probably made up of some thick material.
Or maybe
Something
not.
covering the culprit's entire upper body.
Well-
I believe it may have even been enough to
To
soften...
soften the impact from a bullet! Aha!
Exactly.
Well, let's put your theory to the test. Where is that last piece of the costume?
Yeah, I don't know. Where did... Let's look at our notes.
Where is
No,
that
that's-
last...
I didn't mean to do that. I meant to look at notes. I didn't think it was at the dock. Oh,
Where is that last piece of the costume?
where's that? Is the crossroad where that shady tree is?
Where is that...
Dang it. Okay, this is a whole lot of just guess and check, and I'm getting it wrong.
How?
Aha.
We looked everywhere. Not a single clue.
In his tent?
Simple.
Or he's wearing
He's
it?
still wearing it.
Yeah, it's the poncho. Alright, let's go get him.
I don't know what you want with me.
Well-
Sounds like you two were smart enough to uncover the real criminal in this swamp, and lucky enough to have somebody else deal with him for you. You worked it out. He had his rifle on him. He got half a glance at me and pulled the trigger without hesitation.
But why would he do that? You were dressed as Buggy.
'Cause
He
he's
shouldn't be
hunting
pointing
Buggy.
his gun at a unique scientific specimen, not to mention his main attraction.
You're right. It doesn't make
It
sense.
doesn't make sense, does it?
Except...
Not unless you're in on the secret.
Alright, the hunting photo leads me to believe that Richard Remington was here to hunt Boggy.
The hunting photo leads me to believe Richard Remington was here to
Well, so
hunt
if-
Boggy.
If the protester was shot at, then it's not necessarily a murder if he was just defending himself.
A secret society, an order of hunters, seeking out mysterious and elusive creatures.
The order goes further than this one man, and much further than this one swamp.
The whole thing is kind of distressing.
Yeah.
And I knew something was wrong as soon as I stepped into that office.
I'm glad you finally come around. It's not just
But
the...
what about Remington? He was a member of this order?
Yeah, so in a
He
way
made
we're
Boggy
kind
his
of
own
better off
personal
without him.
project, his own obsession. For years he hunted the creature, the potential perfect addition to his collection.
Yeah.
But he owned the tourist attraction. He set it up himself, didn't he?
He did. It was just his way of forming a legal loophole. Since the area became protected, he and his friends were unable to come here for hunting anymore. Boggy's Bog was just a front for his own little game. A man pursuing a creature.
A creature that might not even exist.
And that's why Remington kept a rifle nearby at all times?
To be ready to
Well,
shoot
exactly.
him in case he ever saw
He
him.
didn't
Yep.
want to take any chances.
Now, don't you see? I did this place a service. Did Boggy a service. That creature, he can live in peace again.
Can he? You tried to frame him for murder. You wanted everyone to think he was some kind of ruthless predator?
Well, think about it.
You wanted him to be
Once
too
he
scared.
became suspected of murder, they'd have no choice but to shut this whole place down. Everyone would finally realize they had no business here.
But he's not a killer. And if people think he's a killer, they might decide it's worth it to try and find him and destroy him.
But he's not a killer. You're the one who...
Detective,
You. It's
finished. Well, don't be angry. You should be glad. It's finally time to leave the swamp. You have another job to do.
I don't know.
Not that it makes any difference to somebody like you, but I never intended to kill him.
I believe
Just
you.
to scare him.
I believe you.
Convince him Boggy wasn't going to let him live here in peace any longer. But, true to form, he had his rifle on him.
You were acting in defense.
You
I
worked
get
out
it.
the rest yourself.
Well, I mean, you still have to go through the legal process. But
You're right. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, Mr. Everstone, I'm afraid you'll still have to come with us. Fortunately, there's a police station just a few miles down.
Hey, wait!
hey, and that's where Boggy was the whole time. All right, so he was here. Hey there, Boggy.
Looks like you solved more than one mystery tonight.
All right. Well, I still feel like I was incomplete because I didn't. There's a clue that I was missing. But that was quite a lot of fun. So that was Detective Grimoire. It, on the whole, wasn't really too hard. This is kind of more of a sort of casual, easier adventure game. But really, that's nice because I like adventure games. They're a lot of fun, but I'm not always great at them. Sometimes I get really, really stuck. This one I never really got very stuck and frustrated on. So,
Well, what did they decide to do?
We had Mr. Everstone questioned. He was happy to tell us everything he knew. A number of rumors going around the department have been confirmed.
And Remington's office?
Searched down to the last detail. And, well, we agree with you, but I know what you're thinking. I'd love to put an end to it, just the same as you. But there's always...
Are we going after them?
We'd better be.
oh, so just yeah, there'll be more. So this is just okay, great. So this is just the first. So if we're going after the order and they're all about hunting these cryptozoological creatures, so then maybe there'll be other ones with different sort of fantastical creatures. That would actually be a whole lot of fun. I don't know if there's any more games in the series out yet or not, but I'm going to take a look. And if not, then I'll be eagerly awaiting them because I really did quite enjoy this. It was just a fun little easygoing game to play. Nothing too tough, but it was enjoyable. I like the different characters that we met. This was a whole lot of fun. Yeah. So, that's Detective Grimoire. I would recommend it if you're looking to kill a little time. Something just kind of casual and enjoyable. Head on back to my channel. There's a whole bunch of other Let's Plays. I think I'm going to go ahead after this and play another adventure game because this was really, really fun. And I think I'd like to keep an adventure game always going in my the litany of games I'm playing. There's a whole bunch of different types, but yeah, we'll make sure to keep adventure in there as well.